What's going on, everybody? So we're kicking off for randonauting video a little later than usual, but we're gonna do a couple locations tonight, and then I'm probably gonna pick back up probably tomorrow or the next day. But let's go ahead, hit the app, and see where it takes us. So there's something out here. Not quite sure what it is. Alright, we made it out here to our first location. There's something out here in the woods that took off running. Well, actually, it didn't take off running as soon as we got out. But as soon as my cousin noticed it in the woods and I shined the light on it, it took off running. So I have no clue what it was. We're going to have a look around and see if there's anything here. Anything that Randonautica was actually leading us to.
Where's the location at?
It was over there, left-hand side, probably about 5 to 10 meters off the road. I want to walk right here and see what this stuff is. It's like tarp.
It could have been. It's kind of like a bridge.
Sounds like coyotes.
It looks like a bridge foundation. There's some pieces down there too.
It's definitely coyotes.
Damn.
Be careful watch your back. There's probably a pack of them running around. I don't want to go too far off into these woods with the coyotes being out here. Is that a trash bag? Let's see if there's anything over here on this side. A shoe. Alright, well, that explains that explains why the dog or whatever was over here. Somebody's dumped beans and crackers over here. Down here. Wow, like my light is dying fast. I don't know if this area is haunted or not, but something's draining my battery. So I wanted to explain something first before I even get started. We were out doing a nighttime video, and I do apologize. We had camera issues. I had to send the camera back. I just recently got my new camera sent back to me, so we'll see how that goes. We may continue that sometime, but right now we ran the app twice. The first time, it took me to a cemetery that I didn't even know existed, and there was actually only, like 20 plots there?
Yeah, it was small.
And the plots actually looked relatively new, but according to legend, or lore around the place, it was an older cemetery, and there was actually a battle that took place there, but it isn't documented. But there were people there having a funeral. So we ran the app again, and it brought us to the backside of Cowpens Battlefield. Now we're gonna have a look around. The pin's out here in the middle of the cemetery, so, and the graves over where it is actually look pretty old. But we're gonna have a look around, see what's all here. And there might actually be another spot right here that I want to check out as well, but we'll see how this goes. So, on the topic of graveyards, I don't know if anybody's watched the news recently in South Carolina, but some construction workers, I believe it was along I-85 or around that area, around here in Cherokee County, actually found an old slave graveyard that was unmarked. So now they have archaeologists looking into that. But I thought that was pretty interesting. How many other graveyards are around here that people don't know about, that will only get discovered when they start doing construction work or something of that nature in that area?
Some of these are old, like these ones that are just stones. What was that? $1902. $1800s. $1862. 1918. 1908. So whatever house was here was huge.
Was it like a training ground too?
Not cowpens, I don't believe so. Now Croft, the place where we're going to be camping this summer, it was an old military base during World War One. World War One. Did you just walk through that cobweb?
Probably.
This was foundation for a house.
Maybe. It's got two things. Might have been some kind of workstation or something. Like they pulled the carts through the middle. Who knows?
And this battery's almost dead. I love how batteries can be fully charged. I put them in, and then we get to a place that's old or something like this, and it's like they just get drained.
I thought that was a thing for a light bulb. It's a liquor thing.
Alright, now this park we're at, Cowpens, it was actually a battlegrounds. And it was probably about as much of a turning point as Kings Mountain was during the Revolutionary War. And it was actually one of the battles that led to the Battle of Kings Mountain. But they have a cabin actually in the park that, if I'm not mistaken, is actually supposed to be representation of the Scruggs house.
That's this one.
And here's the actual fireplace of where the Scruggs house actually was. So in 1811, he built a log cabin on this location. It says the family sheared wool, churned butter, and slaughtered animals to eat and to sell. Descendants lived in the house until it burned in 1961, leaving only the chimney. In 1802, local resident Michael Gaffney observed every farmer or planter is his own shoemaker, tanner, tailor, carpenter, brazier, and in fact everything else. Everything comes by the farmer and his family.
Now, we ran the app, and it brought us to the outskirts of Shelby. We were somewhat up by this way anyway. And the wind's blowing really bad, so I apologize if there's a lot of static and wind noise. But we're going to have a look around. It's actually back here in the corner behind me is where the marker is. And there's no graves actually in this spot. And the only thing that's right here is the American flag. So we're going to have a look around and see what's here. Hey, there's an old rock formation right here. Like some stones have been placed here. It's creepy on the backside of a graveyard where looks like somebody's
been cutting down trees.
No,
They've been falling over.
There was a circle of stones placed.
Look at that. How that one fell.
When I go back up, I'll show those rocks to y'all.
Sounds like it's running out of a drain pipe. This way it's hitting. Sounds hollow.
Sounds like it's funneling into somewhere.
Yeah. Sounds like it's coming out of a drain pipe or going in the drain pipe or something. There ain't nothing down here. I ain't seeing nothing.
Here's the rocks. You see what I mean though? They've been placed in a circle.
Yeah, kind of looks like an old fire pit. Something like that.
We'll walk back this way and check out the spot. What's that? This is back where the marker is. Oh. Is that old bed? So we're walking out of the graveyard.
Random.
And there's a random baseball, and it's old. I don't even want to touch it.
I'm guessing that was the flagpole that made that noise. Did you hear that?
I heard. I wasn't sure what it was, though.
It sounded like a pain. Might have been hitting the thing.
But I'm not touching that baseball. With it being set back here, and it's old.
Yeah.
So if it's got any type of spiritual attachment and somebody touches it, then that spiritual attachment
has the potential to leach onto somebody else.
It's been there for a while. It's got mud caked around the outside where it rained on it.
But it's weird that a baseball, an old baseball, would be on the backside of a cemetery. Let me have a look over here and see if there's anything else before we take off. You guys, we were headed out. We just got out of the woods. Right there is where we came out of the woods. We were crossing the field and noticed it sitting there. See anything else?
Flowers, casing, potting, styrofoam.
Hey, Steve. What in the world? It ain't deep, but it goes down. It looks like it was like maybe a cement coffin or something like that. It isn't a drain. It's too far over to be a drain, and it's on a hill.
Yeah, don't go very far over. I see the roots on the other side. And yet, it's all buried in.
Like it's been collapsed.
Yeah, maybe a few feet on each side.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's a full thing. This is the edge right here.
Is it square? Or?
Maybe. It was like to a tomb. They were going to build a tomb or whatever they call it. The bigger
Mausoleum?
one? Yeah, mausoleum, like a small one. And it was possibly a door. Or a part to the mausoleum. Or they tore one down and threw it over here.
Could have been an older one, yeah.
And then the tree roots kind of caved in the ground a little bit. I was wondering if there's a hole like you go under the tree.
So guys, I'm not seeing anything else. I mean, I said that was a piece of cut lumber, but it's just a tree. But we find the baseball as we're leaving, so we decided to come over here and check. And we found this. So I'm not really too sure what to make of that. It's a perfect square.
Oh, it is. So it's not very big at all. It might have been, like I said, like the smaller ones that just open up. Or maybe it was a side to one or something and it had a window. I don't know.
All right, we're out of here. Now, as y'all can see, the actual marker wasn't in the cemetery. It was out here in the woods, back in behind the cemetery. So I don't think it really had anything to do with the cemetery itself. But we looked down a couple different trails just to make sure that there wasn't anything else around here. But I'm not really seeing anything. Thank you all for watching. As always, remember, knowledge is power. Never limit yourself. Stay safe and keep exploring. I will see you next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.